In this video, I'm going to go over more on masks and where you can find them. Follow along. Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're located. Again, I'm going to go over masks and where you can find them, but also want to go over more on which are best, which are least as far as protecting you from the virus and protecting others from you in case you have the virus or if you just happen to cough in general. So let's start at the top. The best mask that you're going to buy right now, or if you can buy it, is either an N95 or N100. Yes, there is an N100 that supposedly restricts or stops the inflow of 99% of the particulates that are in the air. The N95 does 95%, hence the name and the number. And I've shown this to you before, but the top is going to be, and there's different models, but I'm holding up a 3M model right here. This is the 8212, I believe. Yes, the 8212. I also have an 8210. But its number has a V behind it. V stands for valve. So if you can see the difference, this one does not have a valve. This one does have a valve. So the reason for the valve is that when you exhale, that exhaust goes out the valve. And then in that case, it does not go up under it into your glasses if you're wearing glasses, and you can feel the heat coming up or either out the sides as well. But that's the good part of it, but the bad part is something's coming out. So let's say you have the virus and you don't want others to get it, then this would not be your pick. The one without the valve would be, because it seals tight. You also have to do a fit test with it also. I use essential oils to see if I can't smell through it. Sometimes I'll come up in my elevator and I know I fit it improperly. You know, when I'm coming up in the elevator from the garage in my car, and I get on the elevator and I get off my elevator and I can smell somebody cooking, my fit test is not good. And I mean, I guess I don't sit in the garage fitting too much or before I get out my car. But let me show you also the way that I don the mask. I hold both bands, there's one at the top and one at the bottom. I hold it and put it over my nose. The top one goes first, then take my thumb and put it under the bottom with a little bit of my forefinger holding it. And I put this one over the back. And I'm sure you can still hear me because I do talk with it. Now, it does get hot. If you're rushing around and you're moving around and you're exhaling a lot, it will get hot. But right now I can tell I'm not blowing any exhaust out of the top. I can feel it in front of my face, trust me, because it's warm. I can tell you, these are nice if you're outside. When it's on a cool day and the wind is blowing, you can feel it blowing in and out, so it's not that bad. But if you're in an enclosed area, oh my God, I feel for the health providers who have to wear this all day long. What they do to assure their fit test also, that I noticed a week ago when one was getting interviewed, is they wear tape, like bandage tape, around the top and around the sides to make sure that nothing gets out, because they have to do a fit test before they can start their shift. They put like a big, I guess, plastic, almost bucket type over their head, and they get injected some sort of smell. And if they can smell it, their fit test is not properly. So I use essential oils, and if I can smell the grapefruit, I have grapefruit and frankincense, and if I can tell the difference, yeah, I know it's not on right. Now, to take it off, again, I take the bottom one. Take your glasses off if you're wearing them first, because you'll end up in a jumble. And then I take the top one off, and it's off. Okay, again, pull the top, put it to your nose, top one first, bottom one over. Okay, this is going to be the best mask that you could buy if you happen to score these. Yes, I got lucky a little while ago, and I still have the same ones. To be honest with you, in the past month and a half, I've worn no more than 6 different masks, and I have a few more, but I have not used more than 6, because what I do is I sterilize them using an ozone generator. I have a little ozone machine and filter that Catherine gave me. I put it inside of a big bin and I turn the O2 on, and I can smell it with the O2 on it too. So I do it outside on my balcony, because that O3 will kill you. put it outside on my balcony. I'll plug it up and shut the door as best I can and let it run for like 10 to 20 minutes. And then I cut it off. Well, actually, I unplug it and it cuts off. And I let it air out for another 20, 30 minutes. I wouldn't think about using it again. But if they're soiled, they're dirty, they're sweaty, throw them away and start a new one. So here's the reason I've even used 6 of them. So the next on the line is going to be a mask, a fabric mask, but with a filter. And I'm going to choose this one, and I'll tell you why, over the surgical mask. And there's different, I just found out there's different qualities of those too. There are 2 main different filters that you can use, either to make a filter or to put inside of a homemade mask filter. So the first one is a nanotechnology. This is it right here. And there are different sides to it also. You probably can't see the little perforations in it, but or the quality of the filter or anything. But I scored a bunch of these from, I've been researching this, man, let me tell you, all night long for the past month and a half to even find out this. And what are they using? What's an N95 made of? I've seen the deconstructing of it, the re-engineering of it to see what's inside of it. Well, this is not what's inside an N95. This filter is supposedly better. So if they were to make a mask like the one I just showed you, the 3M model, and they use this technology, it should filter even better. And they both supposedly go down to 0.3 microns. If that means any to you, do your research on your own. I'm not a doctor. I'm a CS doctor, a common sense doctor. And just from researching. So this is actually a nanofiber. Look up, there's a company called KIEST, K-I-E-S-T. There's a doctor in Korea that created this nanotechnology. The reason that this fabric and the polypropylene that these are made out of, polypropylene, is because they stop the particles from going in. So you cannot use a woven material. It has to be non-woven, which this will be woven. And you can see there's holes in between. Even if it's a fabric, think of 100 thread count, 1,000 thread count, it's still woven. You want it non-woven. And what happens is it makes the path less likely for any type of virus or any type of particle to get through it. This is actually a nanotechnology. I found the company, and I'll tell you, it's called Filti, F-I-L-T-I. I think they're in Oklahoma. And I bought a bag of this stuff. I also have another one I'm getting ready to show you too. Yeah, I invested in this, and the reason is because I want to offer masks to you and to anyone else that you know also. And I'll be sending you to the website later. This right here is the nanotechnology. So what I do is I cut a piece, and I have a seamstress now that are making masks for me. I have a sewing machine. My girl let me borrow her sewing machine, and I tried it, and let me tell you something. I haven't sewn since I was 17. So that's 40 years of non-sewing, and it didn't go well for me. And I know I can't mass produce them anyway. So I went out of my way to find a professional, experienced seamstress. And what I had her do was create the mask. This one's actually 3 layers outside, another cotton layer in between, and then leave a pocket for the filter. So my filter you'll see inside it. The good thing about this one is the filter goes from the very top to the very bottom. I also invested in, just to see if this worked, 2-sided tape, because after seeing the nurses and doctors wearing that taped up, and to actually completely seal it, I used and I have it here somewhere, it's the women's, the women use it to hold their dresses in place and, so it doesn't shift around. Hypoallergenic, put it over here, put it around the side, and maybe at the bottom to complete it. But this right here, when it goes over your ears, and I hope you can hear me, when it goes over your ears, this is as good as I'm going to get. If I can pinch this, and I don't have a nose ring, I have more coming. I do have nose rings coming. But if I can seal this up, I notice it restricts my breathing more, but that means I'm breathing through the filter. If your breathing is not restricted, then you're not breathing through the filter. The air is coming out of the top and out of the sides and all the gaps around it. So if I were to do a fit test for this and I put the tape on and one's on the side, I know like right now I'm breathing through the filter. So I should be able to do a smell test and not just wave the bottle in front of me. I should not be able to smell it, especially if I do it this way around the side. So the nose piece is integral, but this fit is so good. Let me tell you, this seamstress is outstanding. She's done so much for me in the past few days. And again, these are on my site, www.texasdigipros.com. I'll leave a link above or below So you'll see it. But this would be my second choice. If I did not have my N95, I would wear this to go outside, even before the surgical mask. Okay? So this is a well-fit, homegrown. Now, also, the thing about this mask is it has the ear straps, and one thing, and I took suggestions from everywhere, my mom, my sister, my girl. So it has to be wearable, meaning it has to be comfortable. It has to fit well, so it's actually using the filter. And this right here is like the perfect fit. For me, this is the perfect fit, especially if I'm walking around the streets. I wouldn't, as long as the other person had a mask and I'm 6 feet away, I would feel comfortable talking to them with this on. But if you really want to use this filter, and I'm trying to create or engineer some type of mechanism or string that'll tie the two back, because if I pull the two, if I pull the two together and actually loop it back around, the fit is even better. So I'm going to create something that actually ties the two straps together. Now this is about as good a fit as I'm going to get, and as long as I have some type of nose restriction right here, then this is as good. I feel comfortable that this is as good as an N95. Again, I'm not a doctor, I'm a CS doctor, common sense doctor. And so on to the next level, which will be the surgical mask. Now, I got this one from Catherine, she scored a few of them. This has the carbon filter inside it. While I was picking up masks the other day for my seamstress, I saw a sign that said, hey, we sell masks. So I ran next door to the store and they had these were 10 for $15. So I bought a pack of them. You can't hurt, right? Same concept, put it over, got a little nose clamp. It actually fits pretty well. It breathes well. It's wearable, meaning it's comfortable. But I know the air is escaping around the sides. But it's still tight, and because of the nose clip, it's actually pretty form-fitting. I feel like because I'm inhaling, if you can see the mask, when I inhale, then you're actually breathing through the filter. So the key for me has always been, especially when I'm on a plane. Now I'm hyped up and talking right now because I'm talking a lot, so I'm expelling a lot of energy. But if I'm on a plane, I normally sit calm because I know I have to pace my breathing. It's not comfortable. This gets me when I'm at the grocery store and I'm running and then I'm huffing. So then the mask gets warm. But I don't like to be in there any longer than I have to. 12 minutes, I'm in and out. I know where the bread is. And, I found a good Whole Foods not too far from me. I can park on the ground, go inside, don't touch anything, put on a mask. They wear a mask. They have a guard. I grab my juices, grab my cereal, grab my vegetable juice, grab my bread, grab my eggs, grab my milk, grab my lunch meat, grab my seafood or whatever it is, and I'm out the door. I know where it is. I know what I want. I'm not shopping. I don't call that shopping. I call shopping is when you're looking around. What's next? What's good? No. I grab that and I get and go. But when I happen to look at this, and you can't see it now, but I'm seeing it through the light. You can't see a shadow through it. But I'm going to cut this one open. This is actually individually sealed too that I got from Catherine. And I noticed a little bag inside. It says it has a carbon filter. So I can open this up and I can see. It actually has carbon in it. So this is actually a thicker mask. So there's different qualities. If you run out and you buy these and you're thinking you have a quality surgical mask, I do not think surgeons would wear this. They would right now because they may not have other options. But this one, it's wearable. This is the first time I'm putting it on too. Now I can feel when I exhale, it's coming under my eye. So, it's better when you pinch the nose. So this is actually a good fit. I feel like I'm breathing through the mask. And there was a test. I read one test that ran the differences between the surgical mask, a real one, obviously, and the N95 mask. And the results were relatively even, which the writer has deduced, and so have I, that there are other issues in play, like that person didn't wash their hands, that person touched their eye, that person touched their mouth, they did not don it properly, they took it off from the front. If you're out, if you're out and you may have been around somebody, or even if you haven't, just like I took took it off and I hang it back on the doorknob. I don't touch the front of it. I never touch the front of it. And I clean it when I bring them back. So don't take it off and, take the mask off like this. These are all brand new. So this is actually a wearable, comfortable mask. Now, it's not fashionable. And, I know some of the guys, I have some that are perfect for suits. Oh man, I got a collection for you. I have some for the ladies that are colorful with different patterns. And I have some with Texan logos with my filter sewn inside. This should be done by Monday. So I'm looking forward to those. Those are going to cost a little bit more. Remember, so when I grew up, things were made in America. Now we don't anymore. So there's a quality lag too, and you never know what you're going to get from overseas. I have 2 lost orders from China right now. I'm not ordering from China anymore. Not going to do it. I'm having someone make it here. I'm going to pay for the quality materials, and I'm going to offer those products at a quality price. So either they'll sell or they won't. But I've been saying this for a month and a half. You're going to be wearing masks for the next year and a half, 2 years. I saw us, I'm going to go back and show my other video too. I said this a month and a half ago. We could have saved lives had the government told us to wear masks a month and a half ago and say, oh no, don't wear masks. That was even before social distancing. Don't wear masks. Only people that need to wear that are the healthcare professionals. How'd that work for us? We could have saved half the lives and could have slowed the spread if everybody had had some kind of covering to stop that exhaust from coming out. And if I want the day to go past where we can all go to the CVS, the grocery store, at a minimum, the Walmart or wherever, just to get groceries, not to shop for clothes. But I'm looking forward to that day where everybody in there will have masks. And if you've seen my prior video, I ranted because I went to a Walmart just to look for, what was I looking for? Thread or something. I was in there 3 minutes. I was so disappointed. I was actually pissed because not 30% of the people were wearing masks and people were still up on each other. It's depressing sometimes. I have to just get out and say, okay, that's not a part of my reality anymore. I'm not going to go in there anymore until this happens. So it's going to have to be mandated by the government, whether local or federal, that you have to wear a mask when you're going out in public, and you have to wear a mask when you're going inside of a business establishment. So our governor in Texas just says that he's going to open the government back up. He's going to open the businesses back up next Friday. He's also going to open parks. But if you're going to the park, you have to wear a mask, and you still have to stay 6 feet away from each other. So that's mandatory. Same for businesses. He's going to let them do drive-up retail just as they're doing right now for groceries. Whether that's right or wrong, it is what it is. And I guess we're going to be the first guinea pig in the country to see if things get worse or things get better. Well, logically, if you're interacting with more people, then the risk is higher and it's going to get worse. So stay home unless you have to go out. You can't stay away from people. I do ride my bike. I do walk, but I stay away from people. And now I wear a face covering even when I'm out on my bike or I am walking. Actually, I saw Bexar County, which is San Antonio, has mandated if you come in public, if you're going in public, you have to wear a mask. So that's the city of San Antonio. They're not going to be the only ones doing this, folks. You're going to be wearing masks. Get some masks. My goal was to offer masks that were wearable, comfortable, functional, and something that looked good that you're going to want to wear. So I have a variety. Please, again, www.texasdigipros.com, digipros.com. The link is below. Take a look at it. So those are the differences between this. So notice that there is a difference. Okay, so there's different qualities. This is almost 2 sheets paper thin. This feels like 3 with some sort of carbon inside it also. So the next level down would be a homemade mask or professionally made mask, but with this filter. It's a PM 2.5. So since the virus goes down to 0.3 microns, you see 2.5. What this does is it slows exhale and from coming in, but it's not going to stop you from getting the virus. If someone has the virus and they cough on you, this is not going to stop it. But this will mitigate. So it's probably 10 times better than just wearing a cloth alone. My guess. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm a CS doctor, common sense doctor, and just from doing research. You can put this filter inside of, and I happen to get these from China, but they have a pocket. You can put it inside. This one has a valve. It's actually pretty wearable. This filter fits inside, the same with other homemade filters. This is actually a comfortable mask. This one doesn't have a filter in it right now. It will restrict your breathing. No, people, it will restrict your breathing if you put the filter in it. If you're wearing a mask, if you're wearing an N95, it's going to restrict your breathing. You can, no, not going to the club with it. So I showed you the other filter, the nano filter. Even, I guess this will be the same quality as that, which I can make a whole mask out of this, and I've done it. I ran across a pattern from the University of Florida, did a study on it. So just type in university, go to Google, University of Florida medical mask, I don't know, test or whatever. And they came up with this, and nurses and doctors will recognize this right here as surgical wrap. It is the same polypropylene as the N95 mask are made out of. You can make a whole mask out of this, and I have, and I've worn it, and it's restricts your breathing, but it is in such a way that it has a gap. It points out, so it's a duckbill one, where you have more breathing space, if that makes sense. It's not right up on your nose, where you're forced to breathe right through it. You have like an extra breath in front of you, so you can use this. You can also use this as a filter inside of your other homemade filters or even professional seamstress filters. You can put this inside also. Now, you have to fill up the gaps. Again, you have to have the nose clamp or two-sided tape. Watch some of the interviews that you see on CNN or wherever, and they are wearing, when they take off the mask and they talk to you, you know, sometimes they take a break and they video vlog before and after the ship, and you'll see that they've had tape on to actually seal it shut. So if you want to be 100%, get that two-sided tape. Maybe I'll leave a link down below. I got it on, I tried 2 different models from, I found it on Amazon. You know, I purchased probably 70-80% of my stuff from Amazon, eBay, and wherever, because I'm not going out shopping. You can't find fabrics anymore. Do the best you can when sourcing. But my goal was to let my viewers know that there are alternatives to the N95 mask. Some are on par, I think. Again, disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. I'm a CS doctor, a common sense doctor, and one who researches and who's good at sourcing. And I've spent some time on this in the evenings. I spend my whole evenings on this. I'm up till late at night dealing with this because I wanted to get this done. And then elastic, oh my God, trying to find elastic. I got shysted last night trying to buy yesterday from buying some elastic, but I had to get the elastic and then take it to my seamstress because she's out until next week because I want these Texans masks as soon as possible. They are nice. I'm going to show a picture of it right here. She sent me a picture of her wearing the mask, and every face is different. I bought a mannequin. I bought a mannequin head. Leave it sit in the window so people wonder what's going on. To model the mask. So take a look at my site, www.texasdigipros.com. Texas, proper spelling, digipros.com. I'll leave a link below. I'll put it on the screen. Take a look at it. Tell me what you think about this video. Again, I'm trying to be beneficial in some ways. This is a travel channel. Not much travel going on now. It's rough for a traveler to be told they can't travel, but it's the same thing as somebody who likes to play basketball who can't go out and play basketball, or soccer teams that can't play soccer. I just heard the president of Colombia last night saying that soccer's not going to be held until another year and a half. So a year and a half. So he's foreseeing that, yeah, this is, you know, they're going to slightly ease up their restrictions, but no. There'll be no more public gatherings. There's no more clubs. And think of Colombia and Medellin. You know, I was there. The biggest part for me, the weather. And now I can't go outside. You can't walk to the park. You can't go dancing. You can't go eat. You can't go hang out with the people. I mean, I'm glad I'm stuck here. Sorry, you know, Jason, Ed, Sorry about that, Carlton. But I'm telling you, I like Houston. I like the way that they have taken care of us. I like the fact that I could go get a test the other day. 2 days ago, if you hadn't seen that video, I took a test. I'll leave a link below also. I took my COVID-19 test, but they say it's going to be a few days before I get the results. Again, my prerequisites for going was I'm black, I have diabetes, which is controlled by medicine and exercise, of course, and I have a cough. I haven't coughed yet today, though, but I'm going to cough. Especially, I'll keep coughing if it gives me another test. Time for a test. Anyway, I don't know about your city, but if you can get a test, why not take it? Because some people are asymptomatic, and maybe I'm asymptomatic. I have a couple of, I'm coughing or whatever, and I feel a little wheezy sometimes, but maybe that's because I have it, but it's not serious. And then I get around other people and I can carry it to them. Really, the only other people I'm around is Catherine and the kids, and Miss Phyllis. That's it. I see my mom from a distance off her patio now, and we pass things back and forth. And I ran an errand for her last week, but I don't feel comfortable getting close. I'd hope to get the results right away, so at least I could feel a little comfortable and go visit her for a few hours or so. But anyway, maybe we can at least go for a walk or something if we both wear masks. And now we have the mask, but remember the levels though, the N95 or N100, and then down to a wearable one with a serious mask inside, serious filter inside. Take care of yourself, people. Thanks for watching. Again, if I'm being of any benefit in any way, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.
Please comment and share if you liked the video.
Please subscribe and kick the bell.